morning, children. How are you? Hope you all are doing well. And I guess you have covered almost yesterday's topics like how you are pointing the symbols on a map and how you are seeing the physical map, how you are pointing this rivers or oceans on a sea, right, children? So today you'll cover a topic called contour lines, which is very important to point the height and the deep slopes on the map, right, children? If you will see this map or any location on the map, you will not find only the plateau region or the plain region. You can find different regions, right, children? So the line which joins in the equal heights on the map is called contour line. Got it, children? This contour line will be of different shapes. It may be in square shape, it may be in rectangle, it may be in oval. Got it? For example, we'll take a mountain and a small village. Okay, so I want to measure from here and here. Got it? So when I started this contour line from here to here, like a steep slope. Got it, children? A steep slope. This contour line which is passing from middle will be nearer. Fine. If it is a gentle one, it will be so far. Got it? So this is about contour lines. Okay, children? Got it now? And next you learn use of marks showing heights. Do you think use of marks is like showing heights is important? I think it is very important because the maps showing heights depends on the terrain region. Right? The area which we are living, it is not a mountain. Right, children? But there are some areas in our India and local worldwide which will show different heights. Got it? So the use of map showing heights helps in locating the exact point. Fine. If you observe this Telangana map, the east side of the map will be slope region, west side of the map will be covered with almost the flat regions, plateau regions. Got it, children? So this maps of showing heights. For example, we will take example of a dam. So if you wanted to build a dam or a road, only will take example of a road. I'll give a plain plan. Just I'll ask you to build a road on it. Is it possible to see directly place a road on it? No. First, I'll give a sketch map of that. After observing that sketch map, you will get an idea over it. Right? So after getting an idea and after getting an idea of that area, you will try to plan or build a road or a dam on it. So this is the one which will be useful to build a road or a dam. Got it, children? So learning how to use maps of showing heights, it is very important in this topic. Got it? Hope I think you got all the learning objectives like symbols, physical map, directions. Got it, children? Measuring heights on map, contour lines, use of map showing heights. So just open workbook page number 3, 4, 5, work out on that, and you'll get a complete idea about all this and have a look at the definitions of contour lines also. Got it, children? Thank you. Hope you all understood. Have a good day. Hello, children. Good morning. How are you? Hope you all are doing well. And children, I hope you have revised previous classes from your workbook, right? So now, today I am entering into next lesson, that is rain and rivers. First, I am going to cover this topics like sun, clouds and rainfall, evaporation, formation of clouds and rain. Before starting into these topics, this lesson is related to this weather conditions now. Is it, children? Yes, because we entered into the rainy season. Got it? So now before starting into the topic, first we will see what is the purpose of water in our life. So without water we can't imagine our day. Isn't it? Not only we the human beings, almost all creatures in the world need water. We use water for different purposes like growing crops, bathing or some other things. Right, children? So do you think water is available continuously over the years? No. Only some of the regions in India we are getting water for years through rain and some of the regions from the glaciers, as if you all know. Right? Only half of the region is getting rainfall. That rainfall, how you are getting that rainfall? How sun is helping how clouds are formed and how we are getting finally the rainfall. Got it? So to learn these topics, evaporation is interrelated or interlinked with that. So now children, after unbearable heat of summer, we are entering into the month of June, isn't it? So somewhat we are facing cool breezes in the air, some differences in the temperature. Fine children, so we are noticing some differences in the temperatures and then sticky weather like humidity in weather, everything we are going to lose. Now we are going to learn about evaporation, how this is interlinked. Before learning evaporation, there will be a small story and we'll take a boy or a girl name. Let me take a name of Nafia. Okay, Nafia is a girl. Early morning, after waking up early in the morning, she took a bowl of water and she kept on stuck by closing with the lid. Okay, so it was boiling for few minutes. After boiling, the weather which was present beside the bowl, that was little cool. With the help of that cool weather, the water droplets have attached to the lid of the bowl. So what happened immediately? The heat with the presence of the cool weather which was present outside, it was formed like a vapor. So that is called evaporation. One more example. After that, she took wet cloths and she started drying it outside. After 2 or 3 hours, what happens to the clothes, children? It starts getting dry. How? In what way? With the help of it is getting dry? No. What happens to the wet cloth? The water which was present in the wet cloth started evaporating in the air. That is a simple process where this is going to involve to form clouds and to get this rainfall. So children, what do you think? Only evaporation takes place by boiling water? No, it may take place in different ways. So to test that, take a bowl and fill it with water and keep it outside. And just observe after few hours, it may start evaporating into the air. Just test this. Okay, fine children. Next, formation of clouds and rain. If you want to test evaporation more, you can test with clothes also. Where we have the example of Nafia when she was drying clothes outside, water was evaporated and clothes was dry. Right children? And next is, if you take the several water bodies on the earth, right? If you take several water bodies, we can see different water bodies like ocean, seas, rivers, etc., which helps in forming the clouds. Fine children. So how it will start forming? It may start its recycling, like So not only by keeping water outside the temperature, if you take any wet thing, there is a chance of evaporating that moisture which was present in that. Even from our bodies, in summer season, generally doctors use a word of dehydration. So what happens? The moisture which was present in our body starts evaporating in the sun. So the same way, our bodies, trees, animals, from everywhere, there is a chance of absorbing all this moisture into the air. Okay, next the formation of clouds and rainfall. This process you have learned in previous classes, but further you are going to learn in detail. So here is a small picture of water cycle. So what is a water cycle? It is interrelated to all the things. First, evaporation. So what is evaporation, children? A small definition. The change of water into water vapor is called evaporation. So here is a sea, right children, or a water body. We can't take only sea, it is a water body. So sun starts taking this water up, like it starts evaporating. The water is evaporating and it is forming like a water vapor. So what happens here? If the water starts going up in the air, then the atmosphere changes into cool weather. So the same case when this girl was boiling water the outside of the bowl. So here and here cool air was present, so that the lid contains of water vapor and this with the help of this cool air. In the same way, when this water is evaporating till here, maybe the top level, here this water starts cooling down. Right children? Then it starts becoming a small droplets. Fine. So after going here, these droplets carries all the dust particles which will be present besides this clouds or below the clouds, not clouds children. So to form clouds, this will be helpful. So it starts evaporating, it takes little of dust particles and then there it will enter little up to this. Okay.
6 minutes.
So as these droplets are going up children, it is taking some dust particles which will be present besides, right? So it will start increasing its size. So after increasing it, it can't bear the weight which was present in that. Okay, the small droplets begin to form big clouds over here. After that, it starts increasing its droplet size. Then it starts raining. So this process, complete this process is called water cycle. Water absorbing from water bodies like evaporating water and forming into small droplets, and again the droplets will add some dust particles, then it starts increasing the droplets into more number of droplets. After that, taking this complete moist and increasing its size in it and forming like huge clouds. After forming huge cloud, it can't bear the water levels in that, and so that it starts raining in a particular place and it starts moving to different parts of the world with the help of pressurized winds. Okay children, fine. So the next topic is children, some important terms which is very important, which is there in your book, textbook page number 9. Just have a look in the blue color box which is present in it. First there is a definition of evaporation, water cycle, precipitation, humidity. So what is evaporation children? You are learning this from past 2 or 3 years. Like from second and third classes you are learning this. The same definition. The water turns into water vapor is called evaporation. It can be done in the different processes. Just now as we discussed, not only by boiling, wherever the moisture which is present in the air or in our body or in a plant, in an animal, it can be evaporated. The main process to get rainfall is also evaporation. Fine children. Next is water cycle, the process of water evaporating from the seas, oceans or any water body. So the process of water evaporating from any water body is called water cycle. Next, precipitation means condensation children. So what is condensation? The water which bursts down into water vapor. The water may be into water vapor. Again that water vapor which turns into water is called condensation. That condensation comes under this precipitation. Got it children? Next is humidity or tiny droplets or the tiny moisture which will be present in the temperature or weather. Generally you will face such humidity in the end of May or in the month of May from 15th to 20 or 30. Like what happens if a lot of humidity is there? You will feel very uncomfortable, your skin will be sticky because sweat cannot absorb easily when this humidity is present in the air. Got it children? Just have a look with these 4 definitions which is very important. Just prepare.